Welcome back to Reflect Politics. My name is Brendan. Donald Trump tonight just said that he wants the United States to go into Gaza, rebuild it, and own it.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
He was then asked by Caitlin Collins of CNN who exactly would live in Gaza after the United States rebuilt it, and his answer proved to everyone that he wasn't really serious at all when he said this.
Let's go. Caitlin, go ahead. Caitlin.
Thank you so much, President Trump.
Caitlin, go ahead.
On what you were saying there.
Say it. Go ahead, please.
Just to follow up on what you were saying about the Gazans leaving Gaza, going to other countries. One, where exactly are you suggesting that they should go? And two, are you saying they should return after it's rebuilt? And if not, who do you envision living there?
I envision world people living there, the world's people. I think you'll make that into an international, unbelievable place. I think the potential in the Gaza Strip is unbelievable. And I think the entire world, representatives from all over the world will be there, and they'll live there. Palestinians also. Palestinians will live there. Many people will live there. But they've tried the other, and they've tried it for decades and decades and decades. It's not going to work. It didn't work. It will never work. And you have to learn from history. History has, just can't let it keep repeating itself. We have an opportunity to do something that could be phenomenal. And I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent. But more importantly than that is the people that have been absolutely destroyed that live there now can live in peace in a much better situation, because they're living in hell. And those people will now be able to live in peace. We'll make sure that it's done world class. It'll be wonderful for the people. Palestinians mostly we're talking about. And I have a feeling that despite them saying no, I have a feeling that the king in Jordan and that the general president, but that the general in Egypt will open their hearts and will give us the kind of land that we need to get this done, and people can live in harmony and in peace. Thank you all very much.
He doesn't mean to be a wise guy, but it's going to be the Riviera, and the world's people are going to live there. Yeah, it's very clear that Donald Trump thought about this for a second and was like, yeah, this is a really good idea, and then just went with it. Like, probably didn't really talk to anybody else about it, except for like the yes men who are surrounding him. That's the problem with people like Donald Trump who need to be right. He just thinks of insane ideas like this and then spouts them out without really understanding the repercussions of this, because this plays right into the hands of Xi Jinping of China, Vladimir Putin of Russia, and Kim Jong-un of North Korea, our adversaries. The guys who are like, oh, please, America, please be more imperialistic so we can be more imperialistic. So, of course, Donald Trump saying that we're going to go and own parts of the Middle East. They love this. He's playing right into their hands. This kind of seems to be a trend with Trump, that he does things that plays into our adversaries' hands quite a bit. You tell me why that is. You tell me. Also, if you're an American first, America first voter, part of the core part of the MAGA cult, how are you reconciling with Donald Trump trying to get rid of FEMA, get rid of the Department of Education, while North Carolina still hasn't been rebuilt after the floods and devastation there from the storms? Southern California is still devastated from the wildfires. How do you reconcile with him talking about going and rebuilding Gaza? Building schools in Gaza. How does that make any sense to you? Have you not learned yet that this guy is completely full of it, that he conned you, that you've been had? I mean, Donald Trump is trying to become the worst president in the history of the United States again. He already left us devastated with COVID. And now, in just the first 2 weeks, he's like, well, I already know the liberals hate me, right? The progressives hate me. Maybe I can piss off my core MAGA voters too. Because you can't support this guy who was like, America first, and then he's over here talking about rebuilding Gaza. It doesn't make sense, but I mean, we've watched you guys not make sense for years. So I guess this is also just kind of par for the course for MAGA voters. Somehow, some way, they'll rationalize this, that it's going to be some brilliant business decision. Right. The business decision that plays right into the hands of our adversaries, the business decision that causes way more chaos in the area than the peace that Donald Trump thinks it would bring to Gaza.
And Mr. President, given what you've said about Gaza, did the U.S. send troops to help secure the security vacuum?
So Saudi Arabia is going to be very helpful, and they have been very helpful. They want peace in the Middle East. It's very simple. We know their leader and their leaders very well. They're wonderful people, and they want peace in the Middle East. As far as Gaza is concerned, we'll do what is necessary. If it's necessary, we'll do that. We're going to take over that peace, and we're going to develop it, create thousands and thousands of jobs, and it'll be something that the entire Middle East can be very proud of. But everybody feels that continuing the same process that's gone on forever, over and over again, and then it starts, and then the killing starts, and all of the other problems start, and you end up in the same place, and we don't want to see that happen. So by the United States, with its stability and strength, owning it, especially the strength that we're developing and developed over the last fairly short period of time, I would say really since the election, I think we'll be a great keeper of something that is very, very strong, very powerful, and very, very good for the area, not just for Israel, for the entire Middle East. Very important. And we'll, again, have thousands of jobs, and there'll be jobs for everyone, not for a specific group of people, but for everybody.
Just absolutely ridiculous, absolutely insane. I don't think he really means this. I think it's just more of Donald Trump spewing chaos to distract us from, him and Elon kind of taking over the Treasury Department and trying to pick and choose the winners in our country, the businesses, the federal government agencies that they want, the things that help them. And that's what I think this really boils down to. But let me know what your reflections are down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to Reflect Politics here on YouTube if you are not subscribed already. My name, again, is Brendan. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.